As the ranking member of the Capital Markets Subcommittee, Mr. Sherman of California, for 5 minutes.
There's a lot of money in crypto and crypto-adjacent space. The crypto world makes money by literally making money. They had it up to $3 trillion. It's dropped down to $1.2 trillion, but $1.2 trillion out of thin air pays for a lot of lobbyists and a lot of propaganda. In my city, the Lakers play at Crypto Arena. They do not play at Know Your Customer Arena. They do not play at Enforce Our Tax Laws Arena. They do not play at Prevent Drug Dealers from being able to get their financial transactions handled arena. We have a very good payment system. We have an excellent currency. The entire world tends to like the dollar. It's a good store of value, a good measure of value, a good means of transaction. Our payment system, you got Apple Pay, comes right out of your checking account. It's not as good as what the crypto world promises they'll deliver in some future decade, but it's way better than what the crypto world delivers now, and I am sure that payment systems using the dollar will get better. So what is the problem? The problem is it's damn hard to cheat on your taxes, and it's damn hard to run a drug sales operation with the US dollar, because we've got Know Your Customer, and we've got anti-money laundering, and we need a payment system that meets the needs of the millions of Americans, or at least the hundreds of thousands of Americans who want to engage in major illegal activity. And my God, other countries are moving forward with this, and we got to catch up with them. Peru's ahead of us in cocaine manufacture, in cocaine cultivation. China's ahead of us in organ harvesting, and it's time for America to catch up. I'll ask, I can barely read Ms. Hood, if I can see that far. If we allow every state to have its own rules, and say a state like Wyoming, which doesn't have that many people, and cows don't always sell for as much as you'd like, if they could make $1 billion by just having a regulatory system that was perfect for tax evaders, what would stop them?
Thank you. Currently, nothing would stop them because there is no overarching equivalent federal regulatory framework, and we would continue to see a race to the bottom, which is not
yes. What for the payment system needs is regulation so that you can be sure that while you're hiding your money from the IRS, and that's the big market for this. I mean, drugs are important, sanctions evasion is important, but the IRS has testified that there's nearly $1 trillion of unpaid taxes every year, almost exclusively from the very wealthy. And in order to not pay $1 trillion in taxes, you need to hide $1 trillion of income, which means over a decade you have to hide $30 trillion of assets. That is a huge market, and I think could be more important to Wyoming than cows. And of course, it all goes away if your payment system has Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering provisions. You know, a stablecoin, talk about an oxymoron. The problem for those who want to use the system is that it's so completely unregulated that they might find that their money in the Bahamas isn't there anymore. So they need regulation to protect those who put their money in, while at the same time, we don't have Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering. And that is something that I think the state of Wyoming or anyone else trying to provide this service will make sure that there's actually reserves behind the coin, but at the same time, the IRS can't find out who owns the coins. So, you know, every day, Drug dealers get cheated because they try to buy a kilo and the scale is deliberately cheated against them. They need regulation too. And a fair system to have a concealed currency is what cryptocurrency is all about. I yield back.